You may not be the Messiah, but you are as important as one. What's happening? Welcome back to another episode of this. I am Layo the Leprechaun. Today I'm going to talk to you about my experience having a spiritual awakening within psychosis. Wow. Before I get to that, I'm going to describe to you my thought process during my peak psychosis. My thought process, it felt like I had three consciousness. So there was the middle consciousness, which would have been my own. There was a really good godlike consciousness and a devil-like consciousness that was really evil. So I would have control over my own thoughts, and then these two other consciousness would come in unexpectedly and I would have no control over them. I had so little control over them, I wanted to kill myself. Traditionally, in tribal cultures, if a person was to go through a psychotic episode, they would be accompanied by a shaman. The shaman would help them on their journey through their episode, and they would help them by going in and out of their consciousness and by treating them with different plants, separate diets, and typically some sort of breath work. Unfortunately, today in Irish culture and many other cultures, the traditions of shamanism have been slaughtered and condemned as being too magical for the human eye, aka delusional. A lot of people that experience psychotic episodes have some sort of spiritual awakening, whether they see the Virgin Mary or whether they get told they are the Messiah. Whenever this godlike consciousness would come in, the voices in my head would almost applaud me. They would describe to me saying, "Whoa, you're the Messiah! Oh my God, Leo, you're like the reincarnation of Jesus!" And I'd have to correct them saying, "No, I am not the Messiah, I am Leo." On the other hand, when the devil-like consciousness came in, they would criticize me and belittle me, calling me a wanker and many other hurtful things. More and more frequently, the voices would call me the Messiah and I would correct them. Eventually, over time, from hearing this so often, I did begin to have a lot of amazing ideas that I believed could save the world, and I believed that I was the one to save the world, like Neo in the Matrix.
He is the one.
The longer I listened to my voices, the more delusional I became and the worse I got. Being healthier now, I am able to see that I was delusional back then. Yes, the voices in my head did call me the Messiah, and no, I am not the Messiah. I do believe, however, that you can gain meaning from this, and so I'm going to talk to you today about the meaning that I have gained from my spiritual awakening or psychosis. This meaning I have gathered from my spiritual awakening, I am going to explain to you through a metaphor. And so I want you to picture in your head, imagine in your town, in your city, there was a Messiah, like a Buddha-like figure. All of his actions were based on God-like actions. He was a truly good person. If this God-like Messiah was a woman in your town, you would love them, right? You would trust them, right? And you would respect them, right? Unless, of course, you were Judas, and then you would get very jealous of them. Am I right, Christians? Okay, the message I am saying to you here is not to go looking for someone who is a god-like figure and worship them as the Messiah. Quite the opposite. The message I am saying to you here is to treat yourself like the Messiah. Do not idolize yourself. That is unhealthy. But you know what is healthy? To love yourself, to trust yourself, and to respect yourself. This is the secret to self-respect. Self-respect, something I have struggled with for the majority of my life. And if you're watching this and you're suffering from some sort of mental health or psychosis, I presume that you also have suffered with self-respect. And so the message is, love yourself, trust yourself, respect yourself. I apply this daily within my life by using affirmations, by telling myself I love myself, I trust myself, and I respect myself. I be careful with what I do in my day-to-day life. I do habits that are healthy for me, to give myself a healthy brain and to put a smile on my face, do something that I love. I'm also very careful about the environment that I put myself into now. I make sure to spend the most of my time with the people who love me, the people who respect me, and the people who show me compassion and support for doing what I'm doing. That is the meaning that I have gained from my spiritual awakening and my psychosis. You may not be the Messiah, but you are as important as one. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you. I hope this helps you in your battle against psychosis or mental health. Lots of love to you all.